Red One is directed by Jake Kasdan, and this is a Christmas film starring Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and of course J.K. Simmons. When a villain kidnaps Santa Claus, Cal, played by Dwayne Johnson, an elf, extremely large, affordable, as that's the right word to use, who has joined forces with a most amazing but also kind of naughty list level 4 person, easy to track her, to find Santa Claus and save Christmas. Now this film is, well, for what I see from the trailers and the marketing, it didn't really impress me. It just looks very like one of those, you see the type of films, you know it's going to be bad and you know it's going to be not that good, you think it's going to look bad enough to watch. Now, I went to this film, kind of went in with an open mind, willing to give it a chance. I went in low, I expect it to be a bad film, may not love it, I'm probably going to hate it. But to my surprise, and probably to your surprise as well, that I don't hate this film. I don't hate it. I'm not saying it's a good movie, I'm not saying it's a good film, I'm not saying it's great. I just think it's an overall... It's an okay, fun, enjoyable entertainment. You know what you're expecting. It's a dumb popcorn flick, but it's watchable enough. There's some good stuff going into it, but it's not a great film overall. I will say this now, the action scenes are a lot of fun, especially we have Dwayne Johnson fighting some crazy stuff during their mission to find Santa along with Chris Evans, Jake, which we'll get to in a moment. And there's some fun action scenes, some cool scenery you can enjoy. It is very entertaining. There are some cool things to go with. And Dwayne Johnson is Dwayne Johnson. He's just playing a version of himself as Santa's big elf. That's what he's called himself, but he's not an elf, that's his code name, Elf. Extremely large, affordable, if that's the right word to use. His character is fine, it's just very basic. It just plays that, say, typical Dwayne Johnson impersonation all over again, which again, I do like Dwayne Johnson. He's fun to watch. I watch him wherever he's in. Either the movie's good or bad, I'll still go and see it just to see what he does. And for what he is, his character was fine. He's just very basic. We do get a moment of his character through this movie where he believes that there's no much faith in good world, that people are starting behaving really badly during the Christmas holidays. They think that's probably the last time he'll probably work with Santa. A little bit, it's there, but it didn't really develop that much of him as a character. It's just there just to add something, but it doesn't develop. Even though it does pay off at the end, but we'll get to the end in a little moment. As far as Chris Evans as Jake, he was fine. He was really good. He does have some kind of character arc. Him that he's just not a really good father towards his son Dylan, who's just constantly in trouble from school. He's got expelled, and of course Jake's not being a good father figure to him. He's just never there for him. He's just constantly busy during the time. He never had a chance to spend time with his son, which I will admit, it was touching. I will give it that for sure. Chris Evans does pull it off very well. And I do like Chris Evans. Again, I loved him as Captain America in the MCU. And of course, I liked him as Johnny Storm as the Human Torch. And of course, he's appeared a few other films. And I thought, so far I've seen, he's fine. He did his best. I think he definitely got some good stuff going for it. J.K. Simmons as Santa, I think he was really good. He's probably the best performance given. He's probably really good. He's the best actor in this film. He's not in the movie that much, but even though you do see him, I thought, here he is, J. Jonah James himself as Santa. That's something. There's some cool scenes here and there. There's some funny moments, even though the humor doesn't work. Silu did fine for what you know. She's there, but she doesn't get much to do besides helping out the last moment, where she does kicks ass, and I thought, Charlie's Angels. But other than that, the movie itself, it's just fine. You know what you expect from it. As far as the story as a whole, it's just a run-of-the-mill, same old what you see before in certain Christmas movies, that certain things happen and then the main character along with another character comes in, has to find a way to save Christmas and do this, do that. You see it before, it's been there, done that type of situation. You get what you get. As far as the overall villain, the villain is very weak, it's very generic. It's basically an evil Christmas witch that tries to kidnap all the people who are being bad or naughty and punish them and put them in this snow globe, which I get what they're going with, but again, it didn't really develop her as a character. She's just a very, I'm going to do something evil. And of course, you got Krampus in the movie. Yeah, Krampus, Santa's half-brother or adoptive brother. yeah, he's just there to get to their next point of the film. So that's basically it. I can't really say about this. I know Jake Kasdan is not the best director. He has made a few films are not his best. I think it's probably his better ones I've seen. Films I saw from certain films like Bad Teacher was alright. It's not the best film I've ever made, but it was okay. It was watchable, but not the best film. Sex Tape. Yeah, let's not talk about that film. Let's not talk about it. Jumanji sequels, never really care for them. I prefer the first one. The sequels with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, not really. Sorry, not a fan. I think you know what you expect from him. You know the movies are going to be either good or just okay or just mediocre at best or just straight up bad. And I think I'm going to hate this movie, but I don't hate it as I thought I would. But I did come out, I feel, entertained for the most part. It is entertaining, it's fun, you can have fun with it. If you go into this movie, if you just go in low your expectations and you knew you're going to expect to be a bad film, and then you might come out feeling not too bad about it. You might say, oh, it was alright, it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I don't hate it. Its heart is in the right place. I do give it some credit too. It is watchable, it is entertaining, you will get your money's worth. But as a movie, it's just a whatever film. It's just a whatever movie. If you love a dumb Christmas film, or if you want to see something fun and festive for the holiday season coming up, definitely check it out. You'll get your money's worth. If you want to see Dwayne Johnson, then you're going to have a good time. You're going to enjoy this movie. You're going to enjoy it. As far as the third act of the film, the third act, the climax of the movie, it's just a big, huge nosedive. It's just a big, giant CGI blur. Some of the CGI, especially most of the film, like the snowman and climax of the movie, and even certain creatures in the film, looks very, very noticeable at times. There's so many times it looks like a very PS3 video game graphics. It looks, you notice some green screen shots, the way it's shot, where it just looks very video game-ish. Again, you know what you expect from it. It's just, you know, a type of film what it is. I don't hate Red One. It's definitely not a perfect movie. It definitely has its flaws. But for its strengths, it does have some decent heart to it. There are some heartwarming moments between Jake and his son Dylan. I will admit, that's probably the strongest part of the film. I wish we have Cal, Dwayne Johnson's character, could have done more to develop his character a little bit. But again, it's watchable. It's okay. It's an enjoyable film, but it's not the best. I've seen better Christmas movies, but I've seen far, far worse. I'm going to give Red One a C. Overall, guys, comment down below. Tell me, what do you think of Red One? Do you love it? Do you like it? Or do you think it's alright? Or do you hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me, what do you think? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.